Things just got bold inside the Dodgers clubhouse. Manager Dave Roberts just revealed that one of the team's own stars actually asked to be picked over Shohei Ohtani in the batting lineup. Yes, you heard that right. A player wanted to replace Ohtani, arguably the biggest name in baseball, during a key moment. It wasn't just a quiet suggestion either. This player believed he had the better shot. Roberts' response? Priceless. This moment gives us a rare glimpse into the mindset of top athletes, and what it takes to challenge greatness. Stay tuned, this story is going to stir debate. It's not every day that a player walks into the manager's office and asks to be chosen over the face of baseball. But that's exactly what just happened inside the Los Angeles Dodgers clubhouse. In a moment that has shocked fans and stirred up conversations around the league, Dodgers manager Dave Roberts has revealed a bold request from one of his own players, a star player who approached him directly and asked to be picked ahead of Shohei Ohtani in the batting order. That's right. A Dodger, not just anyone, but a respected veteran, asked Roberts to make a decision that, to some, would seem unthinkable. Let's be real for a second. Shohei Ohtani isn't just a superstar. He's not just a two-way player. He is the most hyped name in baseball today. His every move is televised. Every swing analyzed. Every pitch broken down in slow motion on national television. Since joining the Dodgers, Ohtani has been treated like a once-in-a-generation marvel. His jersey sales went through the roof. His media presence dwarfs most entire teams. But apparently, not every player in that locker room is content with taking a back seat. Dave Roberts sat down with reporters recently and, in a rare moment of transparency, shared the inside story. Without naming names initially, Roberts said the player came to him with conviction, stating clearly, "I want to hit before Shohei. I think I've earned that." The request wasn't made in arrogance, but with purpose, with hunger, with belief. And eventually, Roberts did confirm who it was, none other than Freddie Freeman. Yes, the 2020 NL MVP. The 5-time All-Star. The guy who's become one of the most reliable and dangerous hitters in all of Major League Baseball. The request wasn't about ego, it was about rhythm, about production, and most importantly, about winning. Freeman, according to Roberts, felt that he could set the tone better if placed ahead of Ohtani. That his approach at the plate, disciplined, patient, and contact-driven, would create more pressure for pitchers and allow Ohtani to come to the plate with more opportunity. And while it might sound controversial to ask for that kind of lineup change, Roberts said the conversation was professional, mature, and strategic. Now think about that for a second. Freddie Freeman is one of the few players in the league who can make that kind of request and not come off as selfish. He's earned that level of respect. He's a leader in the clubhouse. He's been nothing but consistent, hitting over .300 season after season, and showing up every day like a true pro. So how did Roberts respond? Well, according to insiders, Roberts didn't just brush it off. In fact, he took it seriously. Very seriously. He went to his analytics team. He looked at the numbers. He evaluated matchups, lefty-righty splits, and the potential impact on the flow of the game. And guess what? The data didn't disagree. There's a compelling case to be made for Freeman batting second or even leadoff in certain matchups, with Ohtani sliding into the 3-hole where his power can be maximized. But what makes this story even more fascinating is the timing of it all. The Dodgers have been struggling to generate consistent offense, despite having one of the most star-studded lineups in baseball. Betts, Freeman, Ohtani, it looks like an all-star team on paper. But as we've seen time and again, chemistry and flow matter just as much as talent. And in that context, Freeman's bold request becomes even more relevant. He wasn't asking to outshine Ohtani. He wasn't trying to push him down. He was asking to optimize the lineup. He was saying, let me set the table. Let me be the guy who gets on base, sees pitches, and makes pitchers work so that when Shohei steps in, he's got runners on, and the pitcher is already sweating. And to Ohtani's credit, there was no drama. No pushback. No superstar tantrum. Roberts reportedly spoke to Ohtani as well, explained the situation, and Ohtani, ever the team first guy, was fully on board. That's the part that makes this team so unique. They've got alpha dogs, MVPs, legends, and yet, they're willing to sacrifice for the collective good. But here's the deeper question this raises. What does this say about the power dynamics inside the Dodgers clubhouse? When a player like Freeman feels comfortable enough to request a lineup change that affects the team's biggest global superstar, it speaks volumes about the culture Roberts has built. It says players aren't afraid to speak up. It says the leadership is strong, honest, and collaborative. And the fans? They're divided. Some believe Ohtani should always bat second, period. He's the face of the league, the most dangerous hitter, and his presence changes how pitchers approach every batter around him. Others say Freeman has earned the right to set the tone, especially when he's hot. Let's not forget, this isn't some regular player rotation. We're talking about this as the top of the order, the heartbeat of the offense. These first three spots often determine how a game unfolds. A rally, a momentum shift, a big inning, it all starts here. So when a veteran like Freeman makes a case for changing it up, you have to listen. And so far? It's working. Since the adjustment, the Dodgers have seen improved offensive rhythm in key stretches. Freeman has been getting on base, Ohtani has seen better pitches, and the team is starting to click again. It's not a magic fix, but it's a reminder that baseball is a thinking man's game. It's not just about who has the flashiest name or biggest contract, it's about timing, positioning, and maximizing your best tools. Behind the scenes, this entire scenario has also deepened the respect for Dave Roberts. Managing egos at this level is no small task. You're dealing with multi-million-dollar superstars, international icons, and intense media scrutiny. One misstep, one misunderstood comment, and the entire clubhouse balance can shift. But Roberts? He handled it like a pro. Quietly, respectfully, and always with the team's best interest in mind. And as for Freeman, this moment adds another layer to his legacy. It shows he's not just a stat machine, he's a student of the game, a leader, and someone who thinks beyond his own numbers. He's here to win. And if that means taking responsibility, changing positions, or stepping into a new role, he's ready to do it. This kind of leadership is rare. And in a league where flash often overshadows fundamentals, it's refreshing to see a veteran like Freeman making a bold, thoughtful request not for the spotlight, but for the scoreboard. So what happens next? Well, the Dodgers are still battling for momentum in a crowded National League. There's no guarantee that this batting order adjustment will carry them to October glory. But it just might be one of those subtle decisions that pays off in the long run. A reminder that even on teams filled with stars, it's the willingness to adapt that separates contenders from champions.